Been studying communication for 3 years, and in this video I'm going to teach you some high level techniques, some very specific techniques that made me far more charismatic. Now each one of these techniques are super specific, but as you know, I think it was a quote or something, the truth is in the details, or I don't know what the quote was, but there was a quote that emphasized details and they're very fucking important. So basically what it means is that the small things do the most. And that's exactly what I'm going to teach you in this video. I'm going to teach you some small tactics that you can implement. It's going to be like psychological warfare, and it's going to make you more charismatic. Now, like every video of mine, this video is going to be life-changing. So get ready, buckle up, take some fucking notes. And after I teach you these things, implement each one of these in your next conversation. Alright? Actively try to implement. Don't just watch these fucking videos just cause and just take notes and shit. Watch these videos and actually implement it into your life and change it. Make your life better actively. Don't just watch these videos passively. Don't watch these videos because I'm a good speaker. Don't watch these videos because they're entertaining. No. Watch these videos and actively change your life with it. Alright? So, the very first tactic that made me much more charismatic, even though it's super subtle, is to always guess lower. This is a principle I've coined myself. However, it's not foreign by any means. People already know this, but they don't know this, if you get what I'm saying. You know, when you ask women their age, it tends to be rude, right? It's considered rude by society. Oh, how old are you? Oh gosh, how could you ask? It's rude, but it's only rude because women's value is in their beauty, and the older they get less attractive. So it's rude to ask a woman how old she is. So naturally, what people do is that they guess their age, but they guess lower. So if the woman looks 50, they guess 40. Simple. And this principle can be extracted and extrapolated into many different aspects of life. You know, just a few weeks ago, I was in school. I'm a senior in high school, by the way. And this is my ELA class. My ELA class, super chill. I love my teacher, by the way, if you're watching this. I'm sure you're going to watch this clip at some point. I was in this ELA class in my senior year a few weeks ago. And basically, I was sitting in class. I was sitting next to my friend Daniel. Daniel's a good friend of mine. Me and him would spar, boxing together. Me and him would talk. He's a great communicator as well. I have lots of respect for Daniel. He's a hard worker. He studies super hard. He gets straight A's. I'm not a good student, okay? I don't do shit at school. I come late school like every fucking week. Like 4 out of the 5 days in the week, I come late school. Whatever. He's a good student. I respect him. So Daniel, he's sitting next to me in ELA. And he said he was in a good mood. So I asked him why. And he said, I got a good grade on my test I took earlier. And this is where I fucked up. I asked Daniel, oh, did you get an 100%? Because I know he's a good student, so I just assumed he got 100%. He said, no, I got a 96. It's good enough, though. And then he kind of looked away. He was in a sad mood. This is why you always need to guess lower. Contrast that to me saying, yo, Daniel, why are you happy? Oh, I got a good grade on my test. Oh, would you get a B? No, I got an A. Of course I got it. Let's go. I'm in a great... You see what I mean? If you guess lower than what you expected them to get, then they get something better, then they're going to feel happy. It's the same thing with age, because the fucking old lady, the 50-year-old, she hears that she looks 40, she's doing better. She gets to correct you in a way that makes her feel good. You want to set that up. It's like psychological warfare. It's like playing chess. When you play chess, you set up one move to bait them, and then you get the checkmate. That's how you need to go about social situations. You need to guess lower. Now, maybe you're not going to guess lower every time. Let's say, if you're talking about baseball, the more strikes you get, the worse it is. So there you might want to guess higher. Oh, you got 5 strikes. No, I got 3 strikes. I did better than that. Blah, blah. I don't know about baseball. I don't even know if you can get 5 strikes, but you get what I'm saying. Guess lower than their expectations, or guess lower than how much you thought they got, and then once they correct you, they feel good. That's going to make you charismatic because people remember how you make them feel. They don't remember what you say. You need to constantly be making people feel good. That's the definition of charisma. It's not the actual definition, but my definition of being charismatic is making others feel good, because that's how you get seen as charismatic. They're not going to call someone charismatic who's always insulting and making them feel like shit. That's the first tactic you can use. Always guess lower. It's a principle I've coined myself. It's already familiar to you. You already know this when it comes to women. Extrapolate it out into your life. Do it in different ways. Like the Daniel example, for instance. So, that's the first thing. Now, the second psychological warfare tactic that I've coined myself, basically, and pretty much I've coined a lot of these myself because I'm a very, very deep thinker. I think about charisma. I think about all this shit super deep. So I know what I'm fucking talking about. I absolutely guarantee you. The second tactic is to get people to say yes. So like I said earlier, you're going to set up people to get them to correct you in a way that feels good. I'm also going to tell you to set up questions that's going to make that person say yes. The reason why you want them to get to say yes is because when you get people to say yes, they open up. They're more receptive towards you. Let me give you an example. Let's say you ask someone, hey, do you not want ice cream? And they say, no, of course I want ice cream. You got them to say no. It closes people off when they say no subconsciously. This doesn't even happen on a conscious level. This is happening in the back of their head. They're closing themselves off whenever you get them to say no. So don't ask stupid questions like that. Or just ask simple questions to get people to say yes. Like, oh, let's say you walk into a paint shop. Hey, do you guys sell paint here? Yes. Simple. You're getting them to say yes. It builds rapport. It gets them to open up towards you subconsciously. I learned this in sales. There was a period of my life when I was studying copywriting. If you don't know what copywriting is, in a nutshell, copywriting is sales and tech. So I was a salesman, but through writing emails and newspapers. That's what I was. So I was learning the principles of copywriting, and one of the principles was to get people to say yes. So what you would do is you would write a rhetorical question on the paper, like, do you want to cure your back pain? Subconsciously, in the back of their mind, they're going to say yes. So once you get them to say yes, and they're reading a whole bunch of questions that get them to say yes, yes, I do want to cure my back pain. Yes, I do want to feel better than ever. Yes, 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 yes. They get more receptive towards you. Eventually, when you ask them for a sale, hey, do you want to buy this product that cures your back pain? They're going to say yes. They said yes 40 times in a row earlier. But on a subconscious level, that also gets them to open up. This is a sales tactic. This is a sales tactic that you can extrapolate and use in your day-to-day life to become more charismatic. Set up questions in a way that get people to say yes, because they're going to be much more receptive towards you. Hey, do you like ice cream? Yes. Do you want ice cream? Yes. Are you a boxer? Yes. Simple shit. Very, very simple. But I'm telling you, these small things go a long way. Alright? Now, the very last tactic I'm going to share with you in this video on how to build rapport, how to become charismatic with people, how to use this and implant psychological tactics into the other person's mind to get them to like you more. The very last tactic I'm going to share. Excuse me. The very last tactic I'm going to share with you. To be honest, I'm going to be completely honest, I forgot. So I'm going to take a second to think about it real quick. So let's see, I already talked about getting them to say, I already talked about guessing lower. I already talked about saying yes, getting them to say yes. And the very last thing you want to talk about or you want to do in conversation to become more charismatic, I remember. The very last thing is to psychologically get that person on the same team as you. I talked about this in my videos when it comes to building rapport, but this is a deep, deep tactic that literally no one talks about, by the way. Absolutely no one talks about. I think about this shit very deeply. I come up with this through deep thought and fucking reflections. You need to position yourself in a way that gets you and this other person on the same team. This is very effective for building rapport, but this is also going to make you much more charismatic and make that other person like you more. What you need to do is to say things that get you on the same team. So let's say you're talking. Actually, I'm just going to give you an example. So like I said earlier, I'm a fucking shit student, by the way. I'm a shit student. So I come to school late, and what happens is in my school, you walk in, and there's a secretary, there's an office you walk into. It's not the front office, but it's an office. And there's a lady here, a lady in another office with the door open. And I walk in, I go up to a machine, I sign in, and I get this late pass that says I'm fucking tardy, that has like 34 tardies on there. So I walk in and I do that. But every morning, I say good morning to the fucking lady. So she's sitting there, I walk in, naturally, like a kind human being, I walk in, I say, hey, good morning. The lady's over there, I look at her, hey, good morning, sign in, get out. Done. This particular day, I come to school, a person walks in before me, so I'm following this guy, some guy in my Spanish class I was in 2 years ago. So we walk in together, he's getting on this pass, I'm talking to him, like, oh, you're late too, yeah. He's like, yeah, I'm late, I missed the bus, whatever. So we walk in, that lady I always said good morning to, all of a sudden, she feels social. Because that's what happens, sometimes people are in a social mood, sometimes people are closed off. This morning, she was social, so I walked in, I'm in this line waiting to sign in the machine to get the pass, and she says, hey, good morning. So, both of us, we said good morning to her. She noticed that I wasn't wearing a sweatshirt or a jacket, right? So, she said, oh, you're not wearing a sweatshirt. I was like, yeah, I don't wear sweatshirts because I get hot at school. And if you really think about it, if you wear a sweatshirt, and you're going outside, or you're going to school or something, you're a fucking pussy, bro. I understand if you're gonna wear a jacket, if you're gonna walk around, go to places, you don't know if you're gonna stay outside for long periods of time. Me, I was going to school, and it's hot as shit at school, so if I'm gonna wear a sweatshirt, I better be outside for a long period of time, and I wasn't. Only time I was gonna be out was walking to the car, walking to school, walking to the bus, walking home. That's it, so I didn't wear a sweatshirt. So we're talking, whatever, I say, yeah, I don't wear sweatshirts, cause I get hot at school. And they were like, oh, you could at least wear a jacket. And I'm like, yeah, I don't have space in my backpack. So we're talking, whatever, small talk. I get to the machine, I sign in, get the pass. And this lady, she says one more thing before I leave. She's like, yeah, back in college, you would never see me wearing a jacket. So she's opening up a little bit. You see how this is a lesson in and of itself. I said good morning to this lady every single morning I walk in, and now all of a sudden she wants to talk to me because it's familiarity. It's like she knows me now, even though I don't know anything about this lady. But now she's opening up. She's like, yeah, in college you would never see me wear a sweatshirt or a jacket. And I was like, yeah. This is how I replied. I was like, yeah. The reason why I replied, that's a shit response, fuck. It's a shit response, but the reason why I said it like that is because I didn't hear what she was saying. I have like hearing issues or something. I just can't hear properly. So when she started her sentence, I didn't understand what she was saying. So I just said, yeah. But then by the end, I realized what she said. She was like, yeah, in university, you would never catch me wearing a jacket. How I should have replied was, I was thinking about this afterwards because I'm a deep thinker. I'm an overthinker. I was like, I should have said, yeah, you understand. I would be like, yeah, see, you understand. That would position us on the same team. Now, okay, I know I'm fucking yapping with this story, but I'm gonna get to the point. The point is, I should have answered in a way that positioned us in the same team, because if I would have said, oh yeah, see, you understand, because I didn't wear a jacket, she doesn't wear a jacket, so now we're on the same team. If I would have said something like that, like, oh, you understand, that would have built so much more rapport between us. Even though I'm not trying to build relationships, I don't really care that much. She's not fucking 10 out of 10 chick, bro. But that's a good ass response though. See, you understand. You need to actively do this. Actively position yourself on the same team. You're hanging out with your buddies, smoking cigars, and then you see another guy smoking a cigar, and you talk about cigars. And you and I, we smoke cigars, bro. Yeah, you and I are the only ones who do this here at our job, bro. See, you and me understand. These guys don't understand. That's how you build rapport. Position yourself on the same team, because humans were tribal. We have evolved to be tribal. When the fucking Europeans sailed across the ocean to meet the natives, they weren't on the same team. They were super aggressive towards each other and super hostile because they were one tribe and another tribe. It's the same thing in today, bro. When you meet someone, it's like two different tribes. You need to objectively, maybe not objectively, but your objective should be to get you on the other person on the same side. That's how you need to build rapport, and that's a small thing that literally no one's going to teach you. I'm the only one who's going to teach you that on the internet. Fucking fly by my face. That's going to make you super charismatic. That's how you build rapport. If you have something in common with someone, try to get you and the other person on the same team. Another way you can do this is by agreeing with someone. So let's say someone says, Shai Alexander is the best basketball player in the NBA. If you don't know, well, he's an NBA player, I just told you. Let's say someone says that. You can out loud agree with that person. Yeah, you know what? Shai Alexander is the best NBA player right now. Agree with that person. So now you're on the same team. You share the same ideologies. Objectively, why the fuck do I keep on saying that? Why do I keep on saying objectively? I'm gonna calm down. I don't know what's going on. I'm fried today. But you should try to get people, you and the other person you're talking to, in conversation. You should try to get both of you on the same team by the end of the interaction. So you start off as two sides, and by the end, you're on the same side. Now, that's the last thing. If you want to learn small tactics on how to become a master communicator, how to implement these small tactics and learn more small tactics that's going to make you more charismatic, like the ones I shared in this video, you can join the communication lab. It's absolutely going to change your life. It's life-changing. Genuinely. Once I learned this shit for myself, it changed my life. So once I teach it to you, it's naturally going to change your life as well. So, join the communication lab. It's a phenomenal program, genuinely. My fucking notes and notes and notes, fucking years of studying, all gonna be in the lab. It's gonna be me talking to you just like this. I'm gonna teach you some shit. I'm gonna teach you absolutely everything you need to know. You're gonna become more charismatic than you've ever have. And you might as well become charismatic, because what the fuck else are you gonna do? There's such little to the world. Like, I've been on self-improvement for years and years and years. But what is there to do? Okay, you work out, you try to look better, you eat healthy. What else is there to life, genuinely? There's not much to master in life. Like, you can do some sports, but you can really only do one sport if you want to master it. So you gotta pick one. Thing about mastering social skills and becoming charismatic and a master communicator is that it takes you everywhere. Mastering social skills and charisma and speaking will help you in absolutely everything, whether you're playing a sport, whether you're doing business, whatever you do, this is not going to detriment to you. So master this, join the communication lab, and change your life. If you're an introvert right now, by the end of the program, you're going to be an extrovert because of all the shit I teach you. So I'll see you over there.